Okay, so now we are live, and welcome to this live stream. My name is Paul, and I'm an English teacher. I teach at universities in England, in the UK. I also work as an English examiner, but I'm a big football fan too, and so I wanted to make this channel to help people talk about football and learn football vocabulary. I am a fan of Brazilian football, but I am not an expert. So I have some experts with me today to help me talk about the Brazilian league, and just to practice speaking English. So, just a quick introduction, please, Enrique. Maybe people remember you, but where are you from? What team do you support?
I'm from Brazil. I live in Rio Grande do Sul, in the south of the country, and I support Grêmio in Brazil and Liverpool in England.
Okay, thank you. And Eleanor, where are you from? What team do you support?
Hello, everyone. I'm from Brazil, from the city of Belo Horizonte, and I support Atlético Mineiro.
Cool. Okay, so it's good to have a Gallo fan here. How about you, Raf? Where are you from? We remember you last time.
I'm Rafael.
Yes.
Well, I'm Rafael. I live in the south of Brazil as well, in a city called Curitiba, and I am a Palmeiras fan.
Okay, so another happy person. And Amadeo, where are you from? What team do you support?
Yeah, I'm from Brazil, and I live in São Paulo, capital, south part of Brazil as well, and I support Corinthians.
Okay. So today it's going to be a review of the Brasileirão 2021 and a kind of awards ceremony. So I made a video last year about last season's Brasileirão, and I gave awards to different categories: Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year. But some people disagreed with me in the comments. So I'm going to give people a chance to vote. Maybe if you are watching, you can join the live chat and you can suggest people's names, or you can suggest some nominations. I have made a list of nominations for each category, and we will talk about the season, practice speaking English, and then award or give a player the award for each category. Okay, so let's start with the first one. I'm going to try to share my screen. So yeah, is that okay? Yeah, so here we go. Let's share my screen. Player of the Year is the first one. So I have suggested 4 with the help of some people. So Rafael Veiga, who has had a good season for Palmeiras. Michael, I think you pronounce it in Brazilian. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Not Michael Jackson. Michael.
Michael.
Yeah, and Nacho Fernandez, who is he Argentinian? Nacho Fernandez?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's had a good season, as have most Atletico Mineiro players, and Hulk as is the last one. So let's start with you, Enrique. Who do you think?
I,
Player of the Year.
I don't see any other option than Hulk. He came to the Brazilian league. He started not so good in the first months of the season. He wasn't playing as a regular starter, and he had a bit of a rough time with the Atletico's coach Cuca. But then he just started scoring goals and giving assists, and he didn't stop till the last 2 weekends ago. He was still scoring, so I don't see any other option than Hulk. I think he was the star of the season in Brazil.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Helena?
Well, I have to say, Hulk. He scored 36 goals in the season and 19 in this championship, Brasileirão. So he was one that made the title possible for Atlético Mineiro. So he was really important, and I would vote for him. He was also chosen by CBF, the institution that regulates football in Brazil. So he was awarded as the best striker and the player of the year.
Okay, I see. Yeah. He was the talisman, I think, for Mineiro this year. He was the main man. He was the talisman. How many penalties did he score? Do you know? Did he score? He scored a lot of penalties, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't remember the number, but I think it was about 4 or 5.
Okay, yeah. And he's 35. I can't believe he's 35 and still sprinting away from players. And he played most matches.
Yeah,
he's a legend. I think he's a
he
legend.
played 68 matches in this season.
Yeah. When I lived in Japan for a little bit. He played for my team. I started supporting Kawasaki Frontale because they were my local team, and he played for them. Like that was what, 2006, 2007. So yeah, 14, 15 years ago.
And he did really great, right?
Yeah, he did well. He played for a few Japanese teams. Yeah, they loved him. Yes.
I don't know if you remember, Paul, but Kawasaki Frontale has the same kit as Grêmio. It was inspired.
Was it?
Yeah, if you check in '95, they had a similar kit.
They have like blue and blue, don't they?
It's
like
the same colors. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Grêmio kit as well. Yes. Okay, how about you, Raf?
Even though there is a Palmeiras player on the list, I have to admit that Hulk was by far the best, because the other three were all right, but none of them were as good as Hulk was. I think the main thing for him was that he was able to play every game. So most players struggle when it comes to Brazilian calendar. So they have lots and lots of matches. If you take Nacho Fernandes as an example, he did struggle a lot playing Brazil, because I think in Argentina they would play maybe 50 matches per season, but in Brazil most clubs play like, I don't know, 70, 72 matches. It's far too much.
Because
so the thing was for Hulk, because he's got such strength, was something that he managed to cope with all that. So yeah, and well, he also scored loads and loads of goals. He was always involved in scoring opportunities. If many matches he scored, or he would assist his teammates. So yes, he was by far the best player who was playing here in Brazil last season. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Raf. Because this is a little bit of an English lesson as well, I just highlighted some of the things that you said, which were quite nice, I think. So
brilliant.
He is not as good as Hulk, which is nice, I think. So the adjective in the middle. And also I liked when you said, but he is by far the best.
Oh, yeah.
Which is nice. Okay. How about you, Amadeo?
Yeah, I think Hulk has been impressive. When he played the World Cup 2014 here in Brazil, I didn't think he was such a good player, no? I don't know. And in this Brasileirão 2021, he impressed so many people. He's a kind of well-built player, so muscular, but he had an advantage of his body, and at the same time he has great speed and was able to score lots of goals. as we were discussing before, he scored lots of goals from kick spots as well. But for us as Corinthians fans, we would like to see him score against the Palmeiras. He lost the most important penalty maybe in the year.
Did he miss the penalty in the semi-final?
Yeah, maybe things would go different, but there's any kind of doubt about
I was going to mention
best play of the year because he showed.
Is that why Raf is happy?
Sorry?
Is that why Raf voted for him because he missed the penalty?
I think if he had scored that
player.
penalty, I might have changed. I would probably have changed my vote if he had scored that goal.
Go on, I'll write that, Raf. That's a good third conditional.
Yeah.
Rafael Veiga was a good player this year. He was such a good player. He has a kind of precise shot, But of course, Hulk has been impressive. So it's difficult to not.
There's something about left-footed, I think. Rafael Vega's left-footed, isn't he? It's just nice seeing them hit a football, I think. But that's a nice third conditional. If he had scored that penalty, I might have changed my vote. He didn't score the penalty, so he didn't change his vote. Okay, let's move on. So the winner, clear winner, Hulk. Yeah? Player of the year. Well done, Hulk. Player of the year. Well done. Round of applause. Okay. I'm going to move on to this one. Biggest talking point. Sorry, I've jumped right into this, Enrique. Sorry. The biggest talking point this season. And I've thought of these myself. Maybe you could think of some other ones. But yeah, I've spoken about Atletico Mineiro and the number of penalty kicks that they had, and it was a big talking point. The big clubs struggling. You had Internacional struggling, Sao Paulo struggling, who were top of the league last season. And then you had Gremio, of course. And then Ronaldo is a new story, but Ronaldo buying Cruzeiro was a big talking point. And then the smaller clubs doing well. I don't know if these are smaller clubs, to be honest. This is my question. Is Fortaleza and Red Bull Bragantino, are they smaller clubs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Regional teams.
Regional teams.
I would also add to this.
Yeah.
Atletico in Brazil, one from the city where I live, Atlético Paranaense. They did really well, even though they were some periods of the season they were down on the table, but they managed to win the South American Cup, which was quite impressive for them. So yeah.
They beat a Brazilian team in the final.
Bragantino,
Bragantino, was it? Okay. Yes. What happened to Gremio in that cup, Enrique?
Sorry?
What happened to Gremio in that cup?
We got eliminated by LDU from Ecuador. Yeah. We won the first leg away by, I think it was 1-0, goal right in the start of the match. And then it was the time of the season that we were struggling a bit more because the first leg, I think it was the second game from Felipão. I think he was his second game in command of the team. Then he did a very good defensive job, and Grêmio secured the win away. But in the second leg, we were it was one of our worst moments in the championship, in the league.
Yeah.
And then we were with zero confidence, zero preparation, and the team just collapsed, and we got eliminated. I believe it was there was a penalty. I can't remember really. The Sul-Americana Cup, our performance on that second leg, because I was I was away from home and I couldn't see the game properly.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
remember we played very badly and we were eliminated. I thought in the beginning of the season that we were favorites to win the cup because we have a good squad and
Yeah.
but it wasn't what happened.
Yeah, I know. You did well in the group stage,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then yeah,
I
just
believe it
lost
was
the second leg.
18 points or 15. I don't know.
Okay, so what do you think? Biggest talking point this season?
Amongst these
Well,
four.
Yeah, go on, Helena, go on.
Sorry.
I finished. Well, I'd say that the biggest talking point was Ronaldo buying Cruzeiro because there was something that the whole world was talking about. So it was news everywhere in the world,
Yeah,
and it was something that uh, caught most people by surprise. Like
Mhm.
I wasn't expecting that, and even
Mhm.
though I am a Atlético Mineiro supporter, I think that was great for our state football, our state sport. It was something that only makes it stronger and better. So Ronaldo bought Cruzeiro for, I think it was something about 400 million reais, which is
Okay.
about $70 million US
Oh,
dollars.
okay.
And he also he's also helping Cruzeiro to pay their debts,
Mhm.
which is about 1 billion reais.
Uh-huh.
And I think that was the most important thing for Brazilians football this year, in my opinion.
Did Ronaldo start his career at Cruzeiro?
Yes, professionally, yeah, he
Yeah,
did so. When he was 16,
yeah,
16
he
years
played
old,
the
he played
season.
for Cruzeiro. It was for a short period, like 6 months, and
Mhm.
then he was sold to PSV.
Okay.
But he did great in Cruzeiro, and uh,
Well,
Cruzeiro was really important for his career.
is he from Belo Horizonte?
No, he's from Rio, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
from Rio.
Uh, okay. Thanks, Eleanor. Raf, what do you think? Sorry, I muted you. There was background.
Well, I apologize for the noise here.
Okay.
Um, I'd say that the biggest talking point, in my opinion, would be big clubs struggling because not only Grêmio has been relegated, we also had two big clubs who didn't manage to be promoted to first division, Vasco and Cruzeiro. So
Oh,
we can
really?
say that next season there will be three big clubs playing Division Two. So it's not as easy as it used to be. Like well, Palmeiras has been relegated twice, and both times it was quite easy for them to be on Division One again. But now it's not that easy. I say, well, Vasco has played many times Division Two,
Mhm.
and they were not well. We were not expecting them to be there, to be back, but still, they are a big club as well as Cruzeiro. So yeah, I would say it's not like as easy as it used to be when we think there is a big club playing Division
Yeah.
Two. Next year they'll be back. No, it's not that easy now. So yeah, they have to struggle a little bit, and probably I don't know. Maybe Grêmio. I think Grêmio will be back soon,
Maybe.
but Vasco and Cruzeiro might struggle a little bit more. So yes, that's for me. It's my biggest talking point for the season.
Botafogo bounced back, didn't they? I think they won Serie
Yeah,
B.
They did quite well. So yes, and people were expecting Botafogo to struggle even more because they had a lot of financial problems. So yes, maybe, but they were quite surprising. So they had quite a surprising season this year. So yeah, maybe for them it was an exception. We weren't expecting them to be as good as they were. But as for the rest, Vasco and Cruzeiro, we can say that they will have some trouble next year to be promoted.
How about you, Amadeo? Do you have anything to add about this?
Yeah, I think big clubs is struggling. It's the big talking point because we had São Paulo and Santos. They were almost relegated. They struggled a lot, and as for Atlético Mineiro penalty kicks, there were some soft penalties. I think along the championship. But of course, when you talk about the big clubs struggling, we involve lots of teams, and I think it's a kind of different championship now, because if you don't play well, if you don't invest, the big clubs will struggle even more. So I think that will be a recurring theme.
True.
If the big clubs don't pay attention, don't focus on the championships.
Yeah, you said some really nice things there, Amadeo. Sorry. Soft penalties is a nice way to describe a penalty, and that will be a recurring theme. Yes, if teams don't invest, they will continue to find it difficult. Yeah, Enrique, what do you think?
Amongst these two, I believe it's big clubs struggling as well.
Yeah.
And I'd like to bring an important subject to the debate. That is, until 2020, every top flight team that went down, its first year on second division, they got the same money from TV rights. It was called a parachute clause.
Yeah, we have it in the Premier League as well, a parachute payment, we call it.
And then until 2020, that existed. And from 2021 and so on, it doesn't exist anymore. So we went down on the worst year possible because we have a huge amount of salaries to pay, big salaries of the players. And although Grêmio is well structured financially, it's not easy if you go if your TV rights money abruptly go down. And you have a top flight wage bill to pay. So we won't have that much money, and I believe we will struggle a bit next year. I can see us coming back to the first division, but I don't think we will be champions of the second division.
Nice. Yeah, well, it's difficult. There have been so many examples in England. Teams have found it difficult because of this. As you said, you have a top flight wage bill to pay. People are on big contracts, and then suddenly you're not getting the revenue, and then it's a vicious circle. You cannot offload, you cannot get rid of these players. So you just drop further and further. You don't have money to buy players. Players don't want to leave, and
don't want to come as well.
Yeah, you don't have money to buy players because the players who are there don't want to leave. They have a contract, and they say, "I'm not leaving. I have a good contract. I have a Serie A contract, playing in Serie B." Yeah. Okay. So the big clubs struggling. I think was a big. Yeah, it was unusual. Well, not unusual. It's because it happens a lot. It's a competitive league, but this year it was a big talking point, as well as Ronaldo buying Cruzeiro. Okay. The next one, I'm going to go for the big club struggling. They win the Footy Talk Award. Okay. Young Player of the Year. How about Young Player of the Year? What do we think for Young Player of the Year? Well, I struggled with this. I found it difficult. So I think Zarracho is a good nomination. And to keep Amadeu happy, I put João Victor in for Corinthians, who is a good defender. And then Guilherme Arana for Mineiro, who is he young? He's 24, but I was struggling to find some young players of the year, to be honest, because I have another category with even younger players. So
yeah, I think Sterling won the Golden Boy trophy when he was 23, so I think we can consider Arana.
did he win gold? Yeah, so it's
Yeah, he
23,
was.
I think.
Yeah.
You're considered young
No.
until 23.
It was. I think it was the young player, the PFA. I believe he won when he was 23. Yeah.
So what?
And André from Fluminense is also he
Yeah.
also did really good, and he's really young.
Andre.
Yes.
Yeah, he's good. I like him. I put him in a different category. So, yeah, because he is young, isn't he? He's like 20, I think.
Yes, he's 20.
Yeah, I like him. Okay, so if you have any other suggestions, possibly for Young Player of the Year, if not, we will just go with these three. What do you think, Enrique?
I think these three are good. Yeah, I think they are good choices, good options for us to pick. I think if I have to choose between these three, I'm going for Zaracho as well. I think he's been good since his days in the Argentinian league. I was surprised to see him coming to the Brazilian league. I thought he was leaving to Europe straight away.
Okay,
But he didn't because Atletico has a lot of money, has four very rich investors, and they bought a lot of good players and most importantly young players. They can give profit to the club, and Zaracho is phenomenal. He's just incredible, and I believe he was by far as well the best young player of this year's league.
Yeah, by far. Okay, yeah. What do you think, Helena?
I also vote for Zaracho, the Argentinian who plays as an attacking midfielder, and he really helped Atlético Mineiro in this season. And I think he was awarded by CBF as the one of the best midfielders as well.
Yeah, he's really good. I like him. Amadeo, who would you choose out of these three?
Yeah, I'm checking how old are who is the youngster. There are three players that are good, you know.
No.
There are Vito.
You like Victor, João Victor?
Yeah, it's not, apart from being a Corinthians fan, lots of people have been saying good things about this defender. No, his speed, he hardly, how can I say, he hardly commit foul. No, it's not commit foul. I don't remember the expression to say when someone
commits a foul.
Yeah, commit foul. Okay, yeah. So of course Zaracho, yeah, it was good. Guilherme Arana, I like a lot Guilherme Arana. Guilherme Arana, I think he makes difference, and he helps a lot his team. I don't know. I'm checking about the age of those guys. Who is the youngest? I want to vote for the youngster.
I think Arana is 24, but I was struggling. To find.
Yeah, I'm trying to check here because young player of the year. I wanted to.
Yes, Zaracho is 23 years old. João Victor is also 23 years old. But about Guilherme Arana, I don't know. Do you guys know?
Guilherme Arana 24, but Guilherme Arana, when he played for Corinthians in 2015, lots of people already liked him a lot. Of course. So, Zaracho, how old is Zaracho?
23.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll go Zaracho. I think I'll go for Zaracho because Zaracho have been People have been talking about him a lot of times. I think I'll go for him.
Okay. And Raf, how about you? Sorry, one moment. Sorry. It's not letting me unmute your mic.
Okay, I did it now.
Yes.
I'd say, Arana is probably the best left back, but in Brazil now, João Vito, he had a good season, especially because he plays for Corinthians, who are quite an old club. When we talk about the players' age, so if you think that William is 33, there is Renato Augusto, who is in his early 30s, I'd say, or early 30s. Who else? They have now Paulinho, who's also 33, and they have, as you said, João Vitor is 23. I think that was the first season he played really well for Corinthians. I don't think he played previously for the main team. But when it comes to results, yes, Zarate was the best because he played in the best team of the season. So yes, I would vote for him. Not only playing for Brasileirão, but also Copa do Brasil and also Libertadores. He did quite a good job. So yes, I would vote for Zarate as well.
Okay, so let's go with Zaracho, Young Player of the Year, Footy Talk winner. Well done, Zaracho. Okay, he's not here to comment right now, but I'm sure he's happy with that. Here's a question from somebody watching. So it's similar to what Enrique was maybe saying before, and Heleno. So why is Brazilian football becoming so dominant in South America? And it is, isn't it? They had the two Sul-Americana finalists this year. They had the Libertadores finalists this year, last year. It's becoming quite dominant. Why do you think this is happening? Anybody?
I was reading something about that some time ago, and well, they say that it is due to economic reasons. So Brazilian football, it makes a lot more money, and the investments, they are larger than Argentinian football and other countries in South America. So I'd say that it is because of the investments that have been made in these last years, that it makes Brazil's football in a different level than other countries in South America.
It seems like Brazil is stealing Argentina's best players.
Yeah, it's something of that sort is happening. Yeah.
Nacho Fernandez, Zaracho. You had who else? Arrascaeta? No, he's Uruguayan, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Argentinian clubs, they make money by selling players, their best players, and Brazilian clubs, they have other sources of money. So when it comes to like a club to survive, obviously money is the key thing. But when it comes to the Argentinian clubs, they haven't got like other sources of income like Brazilian clubs do. So when we think clubs like Palmeiras, Flamengo, I would you say Corinthians as well, but when it comes to being in a good economical situation, these are the best ones because we know that Atlético Mineiro, they have lots of investment from other people. It's not all the money, the club's money which
Yeah.
is involved. There
Yeah.
are other investors behind the signing these players, but
Like Red Bull Bragantino.
yeah, Red Bull is the same. So yes, a club like Flamengo, which is the most popular club in Brazil, they've got loads and loads of money from from season holders, ticket holders, from companies that would invest on the matches and uniform and kits and things like that. So this is not the main thing for the RGs. So, but and also, well, if we take the Argentinian clubs as an example, that's I would say that they are the ones that can compete with Brazilians when it comes to these, because if you got like, Uruguayans or maybe Paraguayans or other countries in South America, they haven't got much money to invest like the Brazilians do. So yes, I would say yeah, the main thing is money, yes, and how
It's
we
money.
can invest
Yeah.
money here. Yeah.
It's why English football is maybe becoming dominant. It's money. The players want to come, they get more money. Yeah, I like that you said loads and loads of money, which is very British because you studied in Britain. In Australia, Helena, you went to Australia, they would say heaps of
All
money.
right. Heaps
Yeah.
of money.
And then, yes, it's like lots of money.
Lot.
Okay, let's move on. What's the next question? Share the screen. And it is breakthrough season. So this means like the best newcomer. Maybe you didn't hear them before this season, hear about them, but this season, it was the first time you heard about them, and it was their first season that they started playing in the first team, maybe, and they had a good breakthrough season. So a few nominations. Andre, which Eleanor mentioned before. Enrique offered Ferreirinha.
Yeah,
And then
Ferreirinha.
also, I think for Gremio, I think Vanderson. I hadn't heard of him until this season. Is
Yeah,
that he was really good, I thought. Then there's Kaiki for Santos, not the Kaiki that signed for Manchester City. He was a good player, but the defender for Santos, and then Gabriel Pereira, who plays for Corinthians. So, but we've just lost Amadeo, who is back. He'll be happy to see Pereira, maybe. Okay, so yeah, what do you think, Enrique, for breakthrough season?
I'm being a bit biased here, and I'll pick Vanderson. Although I was a bit mad with him in the last matches of the season because he was committing a lot of defensive errors. In a crucial match against Bahia, if within the first 4 or 5 minutes of the match, he committed three mistakes that let Bahia uh, had an open goal chance, three open goal chances. Unfortunately, they missed it. They won the match later, but Vanderson it's a very good offensive player, a very good offensive right back. But
He wants to attack. He scored an
uh,
amazing goal this year.
yeah,
Yeah.
against São Paulo. But he's too immature. I think when the team needs him, he should commit a lot more to the defensive side of the match. I think it's more important for a right back, unless you are world class talent like Trent Alexander-Arnold, who has to be uh, uh, up front every time. But Federson he's good, but he's not that good just to be attacking all the time. So
Yeah.
and he I think he lets the center backs a bit down because he's always out of position.
Mhm.
And there was talking about him going to Brentford, I believe, for 9 million euros or something like around that figure.
Really?
But I believe if he goes to Europe, he will struggle a lot because of this issue that he has
Yeah.
about his defensive game style.
Yeah, for Brentford. Well, maybe if he plays as a wing back,
Yeah, yeah.
he's okay.
In like Thomas Tuchel style of three center backs and two like Rhys James plays. I think he would benefit from that game style.
Yeah.
But for me, I choose Vanderson because amongst these options, I believe he was the better one.
Okay. How about you, Amadeo? While you are here.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, my sound here, microphone keeps acting up. I don't know what's happening. I think Ferreirinha, I like the way Ferreirinha plays the game, you know. His speed, he likes to dribble a lot. I think I'll go for Ferreirinha, even though André has been good the way he plays, but I go for Ferreirinha because every time I watch Grêmio playing, I pay attention on him, you know. He caught my eye, you know. I like him.
Nice. You said some nice English there, Amadeo. My microphone keeps acting up.
Yeah.
So keeps having problems, which is a nice way to say keeps having problems. And then you said he has caught my eye.
Yeah, I was going to say something even worse, like he's pulling a fast one on me.
But nice, he has caught my eye. He has caught my attention. That's nice. Okay, Raf, what do you think?
I will vote for Ferreirinha because when we have a club here who's on the merge of being relegated, we keep an eye on their players because we know most of them would leave the club next season. So yes, and Ferreirinha was the one who I thought, yeah, this would be a good one to play for Palmeiras next season. If especially when I noticed that yes, Grêmio would be relegated, I thought, yeah, we should try to take him playing for us. So yeah, I would vote for Ferreirinha then.
I think, Ferreirinha. I like him. He's skillful. I don't know much about him. But does he have an end product? He seems like a type of player who has no end product. What, Enrique, is that true? Does he like?
Yeah.
I just think sometimes he's skillful, he works hard, but then
He's a bit stupid, I believe. When he's not a clutch player. I think that's the definition. He can't define the
oh, I hate that word, Enrique. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I hear it a few times recently. What
It's
did you
very
say?
American, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not a clutch player. I hate it. But I think I need to just go with it. Sorry, he's not. That's a spelling mistake. A clutch player. So somebody who you would go to. I think it comes from basketball.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. That's where I got it from. But he has some problems when he shoots when he has to pass and he passes when he has to shoot. So he can't define the plays very well. It's his problem.
Yeah. How about you, Helena? What do you think?
I didn't pay close attention to these players this year. So I would vote for André just because he was nominated by CBF as like a breakthrough season player. So I'd vote for him.
Okay. Yeah, I like André. I like the look. I think I prefer André to Ferreirinha, to be honest. But yeah, it's difficult for these breakthrough players. They start well, they need to develop, don't they? And I don't know. So Ferreirinha has 2 votes, I think. Vanderson 1 vote, André 1 vote. Anybody in the chat who is watching, do you want to vote? Do you know anything about these players? I like André. I think he looks like a solid midfielder. He's quite skillful. But to be honest, if I wanted to buy a player, I think Vanderson would be the player that I would like to buy if I had a club, because he looks like he's a dangerous fullback. But the winner, you voted for him. Ferreirinha is the winner of the Breakthrough Season Award, Footy Talk 2021. Okay. So moving on. Coach of the year. I think, yeah. So you got the. I think there's a clear winner probably with this one. How do you say his name? Kuka.
Yeah.
Kuka. Abel Ferreira has had a good season as well. Juan Pablo Vojvoda, maybe for Fortaleza. He's done well with Fortaleza. And then Maurizio Barbieri for Red Bull. Out of those managers and teams, which team has the best style of play?
I think Fortaleza has the most offensive game style.
Do you? Yeah.
I
Okay. So who do you think is coach of the year, Enrique?
I pick Abel Ferreira. I'm I'm a huge fan of his work.
Mhm.
I like the style he sets his teams to play, a bit reactive, but not like park the bus style. He just knows the right time to go forward with the full team. And the job, what he has done since he's come on, from Palmeiras, it's unbelievable. He won two Copa Libertadores in a row. That's amazing. And we still have to see some people saying that he's weak. He plays parked bus football, and that's just not true. I think he's a fantastic manager. I don't see him staying for much longer in Brazil because he has to be in Europe, coaching a top team.
Okay. Yeah, he seems like a top coach. Yeah. I like him that he wears a tracksuit and he doesn't wear jeans like some managers in Brazil. How about you, Helena?
Well, as Henrique said, Abel Ferreira he did something really impressive, winning uh, two in a row, like Libertadores championship in a row. And he seems to be really strategic, so really cold, you know. How would you say that? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know
you're right.
how to
Cold.
say that, but
Mhm.
sorry.
Yeah, strategic, calculated.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. And uh, for the for Libertadores semifinals against Atlético Mineiro, he really was strategic, and well, yeah, I'd vote for him this time.
Yeah.
Although Cuca won Brasileirão and Copa do Brasil, which was remarkable as well.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Amadeo?
Yeah, I'll go for Abel Ferreira as well because Cuca is a good coach, but he has so many talent players, you know,
Okay.
and Abel Ferreira had to use his strategy more, you know, so he had to think about how he would win against Atlético Mineiro, and after succeeding, he played against the Flamengo, and he used another tactic, and he was successful. So we needed to give him the credit.
Yeah. He's good in finals. He seems to be successful when he seems to have a good strategy when he needs to be. Raf, would you agree with this? Are you happy with Abel Ferreira?
Yes, I'm really happy with Abel because, well, winning two Libertadores in a row, it's not something very common here in South America. I think he best strength, I'd say, would be that he gets into players' mind and makes them believe on what they are able to do. So this is something that it's not really easy to do in clubs in Brazil, especially when you have lots of youngsters in the squad. Well, last season we had they had already been playing for Palmeiras. Players like Patrick de Paula and I would say Danilo. Especially this is the main one.
Yeah.
And also Gabriel Menino, they were very important last season, but they were important this season as well.
What happened to Menino? What happened to Gabriel
I
Menino?
I don't know. He struggled a bit
Hmm.
this season, much more than he did the last one.
Yeah.
But I still believe that he's probably an Europe material. Probably he's going to be playing for a big club in Europe very soon because he is talented.
Yeah.
And even though I would say that what's Fortaleza's manager? I mean, Void. I can't remember his name.
Ojvoda, is it?
Yeah, he is quite good because he managed to achieve things with not so talented players.
Yeah.
So the main thing of his work was that he introduced a style, and the players believed in him, and he managed to reach things that even their fans weren't expecting at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So yeah, but well, we can't compete that
Mhm.
with winning Libertadores twice in the same year. So yeah, I would vote for Abel Ferreira too.
Okay. Little Abel Ferreira is the winner, coach of the year, not Kuka. So he can win the treble and
Yeah,
not
but
coach of the year.
yeah, interesting enough. Ferreira was good, of course, but if Palmeiras had lost, people would take a bashing, you know. He was taking a bashing before. Of course, the results, yeah, it's very important.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
almost, I think he almost got sacked in the beginning of 2021.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just like weeks after the World Club Championship.
Uh-huh.
The Palmeiras
yeah.
didn't have Palmeiras
It was
didn't have much time to rest the players, and the some fans were protesting hard against him in the beginning of the Paulista Championship.
Yeah, well, we all know that in Brazil, the club World Cup is a big deal. So if
Yeah.
we don't win, we are a failure. So especially because Palmeiras didn't manage to reach the finals.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the main thing that maybe he was on the verge of being sacked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm talking about.
On the verge of being sacked. I love that. Raf, you've come out with some nice phrases today. On the verge of being sacked. Nice. If you're on the verge of something, it almost happened. You're on the verge of winning, and then maybe you lose. But yeah, on the verge of being sacked. Okay. Next one. Let's see. Yeah. So coach of the year is Abel Ferreira. Well done. Goal of the season. There's only two more. Goal of the season. Michael versus Chapecoense. Zaracho. I know it's not the Brasileirão, but I just think it's a really nice goal versus River Plate. Roger Guedes versus Palmeiras. I think there have been better goals, but I think it was at the at the end of the match. I put this in for you, Raf. And then Andreas Pereira,
Yes.
his free kick versus Juventude. Maybe you can think of another goal. I don't know, but these are the four I picked out. What do you think, Eleanor? What do you think?
I vote for Michael. The goal he scored playing versus Chapecoense.
Yeah, he's played well this year, Michael. I think he deserved a mention. He scored lots of goals. I'm surprised he didn't play in the final. I don't know why he never started in the final. But yeah, okay. How about you, Enrique?
I'm going for Michael as well. I think he deserves a. He played very good football this year, so it would be a shame if he didn't got at least mention it in this live stream. So I'll pick him this time.
Okay, nice. Amadeo?
Where is the goal of that guy from Grêmio, from center halfway line? He scored against São Paulo.
Against São Paulo, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
I
this
got
goal.
so mad at him when he kicked that ball.
Yeah, Yeah. What are the options? I forgot. What are the options?
Let's see.
Andres Pereira's free kick. I think it was a brilliant goal.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the way the ball just traveled, you know.
Pereira's free kick, yeah.
Yeah, his free kick was amazing.
Uh-huh. Okay, how about you, Raf?
I would choose Zaracho against River Plate. The play in a whole was well built, and
Mhm.
his bicycle kick was amazing. Yeah, something that when you look at that and say, "Oh my God, that was a proper goal." Yeah.
Yeah. I like Zaracho's goal. I like Michael's goal. I like all of them. Pereira's was unbelievable. The way the swerve that he got on the ball. But I like Zaracho's goal because it was an important match, semi-final, and it was a bicycle kick, and you don't normally see them like that. So the ball was coming towards him, and he did a bicycle kick, and his timing was perfect. He was able to keep the ball going that way. Usually, a bicycle kick is from the side, but he kind of, yeah, it was. You don't see bicycle kicks like that usually. Perfect timing. It was really nice, I think.
And
It
especially
reminded
when
me
you
of a
score a goal like that against a club that is a strong one like River Plate, we wouldn't
Yeah.
expect their defense to allow this to happen. So yeah, and it did. So yes.
Mhm. Go on. I think Zaracho, goal of the season, even though it's not in the Brasileirão.
Normally it's difficult to choose a goal, beautiful goals, you know, as the best because we had other kind of goals, so
Mhm.
it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's subjective, isn't it? Some long shots or volleys or tiki taka team goals.
It's like
It is.
it is
choosing the most beautiful women. You
Yes,
just
it's like that. Like, do you prefer brunette, blonde?
Yeah.
the, the Zaracho goals reminded me of a goal that Emre Can scored against Watford at Vicarage Road.
I was thinking of that when I was
Yeah, very
describing it.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Last one. I think it's the last one. Let's see. So I'm gonna go for Zaracho because of the moment and the technique.
Yeah.
The best moment.
I don't
I've
like the
thought of
first
some
one.
of these. So, international players walking around with fake tombstones. Sorry, Enrique, but I thought that was quite funny. This is maybe not the best moment. I just thought they were quite funny
Yeah,
moments.
no, it's all
The
right.
Gremio fans destroying VAR when they ran on the pitch and they destroyed the equipment, and the opposing fans ran off. The opposing players had to run off the pitch. I thought that was really funny. Then Davison scoring the winning goal, but I think an even better moment was when
That's
he
embarrassing.
when he was play acting after referee slapped him on the back. That was amazing. And then Fred, I don't know if you saw this, Fred punching a player when he tried to do a chapeau over him. He chipped it over his head, and Fred just punched him when he went past, and then he was picking him up off the floor and quite angry. I thought that was quite good. Or Atletico Mineiro winning their first title in 50 years. Maybe you have some different ones as well. But let's start with Raf. What do you think, Raf?
I would definitely choose Atlético Mineiro winning the Brazilian league after 50 years. I have some really good mates who are Galo supporters, so they were so happy and they were celebrating for days. I remember, I think the match in which they were crowded champions was on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure. So I remember I was talking to this friend of mine who lives in Belo Horizonte too, and it was on Thursday, and he was still celebrating. I was, don't you have a job to go to? And he was like, yeah, I don't mind. I've been waiting for this for all my life. So yes, time to celebrate.
Yeah, it's a lifetime, isn't it?
It
Most
is.
people's lives it hasn't happened. Yes. How did you celebrate, Eleanor?
well, yeah, it was something really big here in Belo Horizonte. Uh, there we have this famous square, which is called Praça Sete, and the players they were there with everyone, and there were concerts, and the city went crazy. The city went crazy, and I vote for that also because the way that the match happened, it was against Bahia, right? When Atletico was
I think so, yeah.
won the title, and Atletico scored three times, like in 10 minutes. So it was really impressive, and it was really surprising the way it happened. It was really cool.
Yeah. How about you, Enrique?
The funniest moment for it was obviously Daverson's play acting stuff. It was I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that. It was just amazing. He can be he's just so annoying to play against because he can provocate you a lot. But the best moment obviously was Galo's first title in so many years because it was so emotional to see the fans celebrating and how the players also celebrating Kuka as well. He was very emotional about it. And it's just when it's not my rival, I just like seeing other fans happy when it's this long of a time without a title. I mean, we all saw what happened with Liverpool, 30 years without the league, and how the fans celebrated, although it was restricted by the pandemic. But I picked Galos because I like to see when the clubs just win stuff they really want to go for. They really want to win for a long time.
Yeah. Did
So
everybody?
you definitely don't want the next club to win after a long time because now the big
Obviously,
club
yeah.
who hasn't won a big Brazilian league for a long time is Internacional.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully they don't win it.
He was celebrating last year. He was wearing a Corinthians kit jersey, walking around after they drew with Corinthians last year. Yeah. How about you, Amadeo? Best moment this season?
I don't know if Atlético Mineiro winning you should see as a positive thing or just to make fun of the way the list was related, you know. Of course, if you see as a positive thing, it was the best moment, but it was just to make fun of, it's a best moment as well. And I forgot the other option. Can I see the other option?
Well, yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah. Of course, it was Daverson play acting. Everybody started laughing.
It was a funny moment.
That was funny. That was.
Corinthians is looking for a striker, so maybe you should try signing him.
Come on, yeah. I don't know. This is, this was one of those things, that nobody can figure out what happened. Daverson was a hero. Come on.
I know. Yeah. But today, so that's it. So the best moment, Atlético Mineiro winning the championship after 50 years. Today, I went to a Brazilian family's house because my daughter has made friends with a new girl in her class, and her parents are from Brazil. She is from Brazil. So I went to a party and they gave me some food after it. Well, he is a Corinthians fan. That's why as well. He is a Corinthians fan. And I was talking about, no, he's a Palmeiras fan. Sorry, he's a Palmeiras fan. Yes. And he was.
So what kind of food did they give you?
And no, what do you think they gave me?
I would say coxinha.
Coxinha, yes. It was coxinha. Did you see it? So yeah, I have some coxinha.
Oh, brilliant.
Coxinha. This as well. Is this like a sausage roll? Is this
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Something similar to a sausage roll.
And some sweets.
Oh, brigadeiro, is it?
but it's Brigadeiro.
Oh,
I
You're
have
the
lots of Brigadeiro and the white Brigadeiro.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm going to eat now. A little snack. And it's dinner time in Brazil, I think.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you doing this with me, men. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you have anything to promote? Do you have any YouTube channels or Facebook pages, Instagram? Nobody's watching. Only one person is watching.
no, I
So,
don't. But I'll definitely share these videos with my students.
please, yes, share it with people. I think it's a good way to practice English. I'm going to focus on the Brasileirão next year. I think I'm going to do a weekly discussion. I like the league, and I don't think anybody talks about it in English. It's so difficult to find information about it in English. And I think, as you say, it's becoming dominant in South America. And yeah, I think with more money in the Brazilian league, it's only going to get stronger. So I think I'd like to try to talk about it every week if I can.
Yeah, maybe we should have another one after the Club World Cup. So if Palmeiras wins, I'll be able to make some fun of the others. And if Palmeiras loses, they will be able to carry on making fun of me. So yeah, it's a good one.
If Palmeiras lose, we keep on singing. We keep on singing. You already know about the music.
Exactly.
Do you really think Palmeiras can win?
I think there is a chance. I think Chelsea will be focused on Champions League, in which they will be playing maybe 2 or 3 days after.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe with all of these COVID outbreak in the UK, maybe they might lose some players due to COVID. I don't know. Everything can happen.
Yeah, true. Yeah, anything can happen. Well, yeah, so thank you for contributing. It's great talking to you. And yeah, I'll keep in touch and hopefully see you soon. Well, yeah, talk to you soon. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thanks for everything.
New Year, guys.
See you. Bye bye. I will end this. Is anybody watching?